Okay, guys, so we are going to start. Thanks for stopping by. It's LSuperSonicQ. It's Saturday, February 25th, and this is the LSSQCast. So, really, nothing is going to change between, really what I've been doing, especially since I've done this kind of revamped stream where I do an hour of just topics and then an hour of looking at the comments and stuff. But I just wanted it to be a little more polished and give it a title and give it, some big headline topics in the title so that you guys kind of know what to expect. Because this week we actually have a lot of collectible stuff to talk about, which I wasn't really anticipating because I know some people don't really like hearing a lot about that. But hopefully, some of the wacky stories that I have to tell are going to be entertaining enough to you guys. And I think it's coming to the point now where I'm really figuring out where I want these streams to go. I've thought more about how to implement call-ins a little bit better. So we might be seeing those on like a weekly basis in the future, in the near future, and also getting some guests on. So just some more polished things. And I mean, I might even extend this, maybe not tonight, we'll see where things go, but um maybe 3 hours will be the normal because I'm just thinking about ways to really make it more involved. So anything that can benefit the experience that you guys get and kind of the whole cool factor of my podcast is something that I would be down for doing. So, all right, we're gonna start with the first topic, which actually wasn't supposed to be the first topic. Um, hmm. You know what? I think I am actually going to save that for later because I don't feel like getting super duper ranty and like really mad about it now. So we're going to start off with the usual stuff. Jack Specific and Tomy, because I'm thinking about it and it's always relevant. So we're going to start with that. Your weekly Jack Specific and Tomy news feed. So here we go. We're going to start with Tomy. And this kind of goes into the Toyfair wrap up portion. So I think last week when I did the podcast, it actually was on the day that Toyfair was. So I was worried that we weren't really going to get any pictures, and we really didn't. We got some stuff beforehand and some stuff a few days beforehand, but there wasn't as much stuff to talk about as there is now because we actually got, much clearer pictures and a much kind of broader picture of what to expect, metaphorically speaking, from these companies. So beginning with Tomy, we figured out that the modern Tails figure and the modern Metal Sonic figure were not actually at the Toy Fair because we had seen the modern Sonic and the modern Knuckles. So we're like, oh, the modern Tails and modern Metal Sonic must be there because they were in the catalog. So they're probably showing off at Toy Fair. But we found out that they weren't actually there in physical form. They were only in like the 2D render form. So we didn't miss anything in that regard. Other than that, we got a better look at some of the plushes, like the 12-inch plushes. Well, I guess better look, you kind of want to say, is a better look. We got a different look, I guess, because there was one picture. I don't remember exactly what it was pointing out. I think it was pointing out the classic plushes, actually, the classic 12-inch plushes. Or are they 10-inch, whatever, the big ones. And like beneath them, kind of blurry, you could see the face of the 10-inch Metal Sonic and the 10-inch regular Sonic. And they looked good. I liked how they looked, but you really couldn't see like full body shots. And even I think we did get a new shot of the smaller 7-inch plushes of Metal Sonic and regular Sonic, but they were like sitting down at a weird angle, so you really couldn't get a good feel for what they looked like. But regardless, from what I saw with the faces and stuff and the build and the colors, I liked what I was seeing. I thought it was pretty cool. Something odd though is we did get another shot of the big head, or it's not even a big head. That's kind of the ironic part. We got a shot of the Wave 3 Sonic with his mouth open plush. And that was kind of weird because his head is still really big. Like, it's disproportional to his body and the rest of the plushes. So I don't really know what Tomy was like trying to do with that, or if that's still like a heavy prototype, or if they're gonna actually kind of work that into a big head classic Sonic plush series, because that's what it seems like they're doing. So it's just kind of weird to think about when you're looking at all their plushes, lined up. But otherwise, I think that's kind of it for Tomy for the most part, because they really didn't have a whole lot to say or anything like that. It was kind of as I expected, just focusing on the classic stuff, which a lot of it we already have really good shots of and stuff. And the modern was kind of just pushed to the side. There were some boom things, but you know, that's just whatever it is. I think, yeah, some has already been spotted at Epcot and Disney. Some of the new like Boom figures, like the metallic shadow, maybe not the metallic shadow. I don't know, but whatever. It's Boom, so no one cares. And I don't think that was too big of a point at the Toy Fair. So that's Tomy in a nutshell. The new plushes still aren't around because there haven't been any pre-orders on Amazon. Toys R Us. I actually have a Toys R Us story for you guys with Jax. We'll get there though in a sec. So they're not at Toys R Us, the new Sonic plushes. There's no new Tomy stuff as of like now, and there should be. So that's an issue. But what are you gonna do? It's Tomy. They're always behind and everything, and all kinds of really messed up things go on. So I want to move on to Jax because this is like really kind of the meat of what I kind of want to talk about. So beginning with Toy Fair, this actually all happened on the day of Toy Fair last week, and it was after the stream, so I didn't get to talk about it. Jakks Pacific, their Toy Fair was really bad because the only new things we saw, I think, were physical version. Well, actually, had already seen these anyway. There was a picture of the new wave of 4-inch figures with Ice Mario, Inkling Girl, Bowser Jr., and Lakitu. And all they really did, I think, was show the Ice Mario and Inkling Girl at Toy Fair, along with a bunch of old products. So I don't really know what they were thinking with their Toy Fair booth, because that's not the exciting part. Toy Fair was whatever. Very shortly after, we had seen their Toy Fair booth, which, like I said, was really bad. There was a picture on the Reddit World of Nintendo, and it was in-hand pictures at Toys R Us of a new plush wave. And this stuff wasn't shown off at Toy Fair, which is why we were so surprised to see it at all, because you'd think they would show their new stuff off at Toy Fair, especially this stuff. It was the next wave of plushes, and in the plush wave, it contained Pink Yoshi, Penguin Mario, Red Bomb-Omb, Peppy, and Pink Pikmin. So honestly, all things considered, I'm fine with that wave because I don't think we've had a Yoshi plush for a while, and I do like Pink Yoshi. It's probably one of my favorite Yoshi colors. The Red Bomb-Omb is kind of like Mario 64, and we haven't had a Bomb-Omb for since Wave 1, if you don't count the Sound plush. Penguin Mario, there's never been a Penguin Mario plush, so that was really cool to see. And then, of course, the best characters of the wave, Peppy and Pink Pikmin. So Peppy, obviously, because we need to complete the Star Fox plush wave. We have Fox and Falco, and Peppy and Slippy did leak a while ago, but now we're finally seeing Peppy. I thought Slippy would have maybe come first, but I'm cool with seeing Peppy because that's amazing. I'm really glad they decided to make it. Pink Pikmin was kind of a surprise because I wasn't expecting them to really do that, and it really caught me off guard as being excited for it because I have all of the Sanai Pikmin plushes, like the Japanese ones of Almer, Louie, all the colors in the Bulblorb. So to see like a new Pikmin plush that I don't have, it's like really cool to kind of go back to that collection and like add things to that collection. So I'm really excited for that, and I really want to like get it because it's gonna be really cool to add them to my collection whenever I find them, which kind of bleeding into Toys R Us a little bit, which might be soon. I might actually find them soon because I think they were, or a couple of them were listed on Toys R Us's website the other day, but their website was kind of a mess because they had like all the. Actually, now that I think about it, they had a bunch of listings for like older characters from older figure waves on their site, and there was like a big new tag on them. And like, why are these new? They're not new, but they must have been listed as new because Jakks must be supplying them with these characters again, so technically they're new. And that actually makes sense because today I didn't actually go, but my brother did. He went to Toys R Us, and I guess it was like figure heaven for Jakks Pacific. They had restocks of like all the Star Fox characters, like all the Zelda characters, Samus, all the Pikmin, like crazy stuff that like I had only like dreamed about up until this point, and I never thought I would see Jakks actually do that, but they did. So that's pretty surprising, but I guess the point I'm kind of making is Jakks is actually delivering with re-releasing older figures and making sure that stores are getting stock, because my Toys R Us is really, really bad. It's always been really, really bad. And up until like today, I would have just assumed it was still bad. But man, they're really stepping it up, and I got to give them props for really fixing the distribution. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a long-term thing, if we're going to see this from now on, or if it's just like a weird fluke thing. But I'm hoping that they keep it up because I'd really like to see constant restocks of figures and stuff. And that reminds me too that I guess are they 25-inch? I don't remember how big they are, but like the really big Luigi plush, the really big Toon Link plush, and the really big Squid plush were also at Toys R Us. The big Mario wasn't there. I don't know what's up with that guy, but the other three were there, and I thought that was pretty cool too. Now, I'm looking at my notes here. We're going to talk about figures a little bit now. Like I just gave Jack Specific all these pointers and props for, keeping distribution. But you take one step forward and you take two steps back. So these are two issues with figures in their new wave, which was the Inkling Girl, Bowser Jr., Ice Mario, and Lakitu. And the fifth character was Classic Mario, and we hadn't seen a picture of Classic Mario until recently. It was an in-hand shot. And guess what? It's a repaint. It's regular Mario with his mouth closed and open hands, painted metallic like the Star Power Mario. And yeah, and it comes with a Superstar accessory. So that is the fifth figure in the set. And that's really disappointing because not only are there two Mario repaints in that wave, but this gets me even more. And it drives this wave down as one of the worst waves Jax has ever released for this reason. The Bowser Jr. figure, the ones that we had seen in like the production pictures and stuff that like Toy Wiz had on their site. And I talked about this, I think, it must have been last week, yeah. The Bowser Jr. we saw had a bib that had like the Shadow Mario mustache on it from Mario Sunshine. So that would imply you to say, hey, this is going to be a Mario Sunshine-based Bowser Jr., and that's going to release like that. Because there it is. And it was really cool, and I was really excited about it. Guess what's not happening? That Bowser Jr. figure. On the Reddit World of Nintendo, again, someone had an in-hand picture of all the characters, and the lead guy on the World of Nintendo line at Jack Specific has an account on the Reddit. And he clarified in the comments and said, that's right, guys. We couldn't go through with the Shadow Mario bib on Bowser Jr. because it wasn't approved. They didn't let them go through with it. So they being Nintendo. So that's a really, really big sigh and a shame and just pretty much the worst possible scenario because I was thinking they were going to do all these kind of wacky Mario Sunshine stuff. We're going to get, Mario and Flood. We might get Mario and Flood with like the, what is it? Like the, the stuff in Sunshine, like the muck or whatever. You might get all that, whatever in Mario Sunshine. Like a stupid repaint like that, but it would be cool because it's Mario Sunshine. And we might get Peach in her Sunshine dress and like Toad looking like he does in Sunshine. Like we could have all these, and that could spin off into Luigi's Mansion, all this other stuff. But that really died when that bib was turned back into the regular Bowser Jr. bib. And that gives even less validity to the figure. Because it's just a straight-up Bowser Jr. copy figure with a paintbrush. That doesn't even make any sense. I guess it's that way in Smash. Or no, because Bowser Jr. Okay, I don't remember exactly what Bowser Jr.'s final Smash, how exactly, if he puts the bib on and then turns into Shadow Mario, or if Shadow Mario just appears. I don't remember exactly what happens. But, like, it just doesn't make sense when they have the Sunshine thing going. And I have to point my finger to Nintendo for pretty much disallowing them to, not go through with that. Because why would you not? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I do want to give Jax a little bit of blame too, because if we had something cool like Captain Falcon or Little Mac in this wave, it wouldn't be as bad. Because we, Bowser Jr. repaint, dang. Like, and Ice Mario. Well, at least we have Inkling Girl and Captain Falcon, new figures to, really pick this wave up. But now we just have 3 repaints, Lakitu, which is really disposable, and Inkling Girl. So really we have one new figure, and that's Inkling Girl. So that was a really big disappointment. And I don't know what's coming next with that, or what the next plush wave after the really cool pink Pikmin one is. I think that kind of is where we're at right now with Jack Specific news and stuff. So props for, like I said, restocking their old stuff and really surprising us with the new plush wave. But the figures, Man, I'm really done with the figures. Like I've said in the past, I was done with the figures before, but now I'm really done with the figures because I can't I can't deal with all the shenanigans that go on with that. The plushes though, I'll still hold out for because I don't think there's really been a plush wave that I really didn't like, or maybe there was. No, I okay. I think there were a couple, like the Tingle wave, I guess, but Tingle wasn't that, and that whatever. Um, I don't think there's been anything on the 2.5-inch figure front. Oh, except the Walgreens exclusives, but I mentioned those last week, so I'm not going to bring them up again. But I haven't seen them or anything, so I guess that kind of does it with Jakks Pacific and Tomy. So there's your weekly update on Jakks Pacific, World of Nintendo, and Tomy. So I said this stream was going to be kind of collectible based, like heavily based upon collectibles. So we're going to move right into another company, and that's GE. So Great Eastern Entertainment. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with them. And they are most famously known for their Sonic the Hedgehog plushes. And rightfully so, because they've really dived deep into, the character, the extensive character base, and really delivered some really cool plushes that no one had up to this point. We had plushes of the Chaotix, we had Super Sonic, Super Shadow, Chaos, Blaze, Silver, like a really good variety of plushes. Now, for the record, in the past streams and stuff, I've said I don't like GE, and to this day, I still stick by that. I don't like GE. I just don't like their plushes. Like, it's either the material they're made out of, they're kind of stiff looking. I just don't think they look very good. But I know a lot of people that do like them, and I didn't really, wish them any hate or any like, oh man, I hope no one buys these, because they are good plushes, and it is good for Sega to see, oh wow, people actually do want plushes of Blaze and like these obscure characters and stuff. Well, some sad news hit this week, and that's that GE is losing the Sonic license this April. So essentially what that means is that GE is no longer going to be able to make Sonic plushes at all. No new characters and no old characters are going to be in production. It's totally done. So what that means, I think the biggest toll it kind of takes is that we won't be seeing any more obscure characters. Most notably, I think they said they had a modern Knuckles and a modern Tails in the works. I know they're not obscure, of course, but they were main characters that we really needed to see recent plushes of, because the Sonic X ones, yeah, they're modern, but they're X-based. They're not, and they're old and cough cough expensive kind of. So we really did need to see some new updated modern plushes from them, and that's not going to happen. Additionally, we're not going to see Gamma or like Tikal, Emerald from like whatever Sonic Battle or whatever games he was in. Like, we're not going to see any more obscure stuff. And the plushes that are still out there and existing, like Chaos and Blaze and Silver, the ones you can still buy right now, those are going to get slowly but surely rarer and rarer and harder to get. And because they're desired characters and unique characters and stuff like that, I think looking way far down the road, they are going to become expensive, rare, desired plushes. I mean, like 10, 15 years from now, maybe not even, maybe 5. We'll say 5 to 10 years from now, they're going to become rare and desired plushes. So I kind of want to say get the GE stuff that you want while you can, because sooner or later it's going to be gone. And for me, I'm honestly going to get, because I already have the Super Sonic, because I had to get it because it was Super Sonic, but I'm going to end up getting the Super Shadow and the Chaos probably, and maybe the Chaotix if I just ever have money to just burn like no one's business, because they would be really cool to have a whole collection of them. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it for GE. I mean, I don't know, or I mean, like, that's it with them in regards to like really being a company that's in like the mainstream eye when it comes to fans, because what else do they really have? I know they do anime plushes and stuff, but like, I don't think anything except Sonic was really selling as big as it was and for as long as it was, because they've had the license for like over 10 years. So that's crazy. And it's all coming to an end now. And I don't really know why. I don't think there was really an explanation given. Maybe we'll get an explanation, or maybe there was one and I just didn't catch it. But I mean, that's a shame, because we're also not going to get, I guess, yeah, that also means we're not going to get the classic Super Sonic plush that we all hoped they were going to make, because we still don't have a classic Super Sonic plush except for the Fighters one, and that's, the Holy Grail or whatever. So I think that kind of does it for GE. Just kind of a news flash for you guys. But like I said, I never really liked GE. So personally, it doesn't really bother me or affect me too much. But I do know for the greater Sonic merchandise community, it will. And I definitely didn't wish, like I said at the beginning of the segment, I definitely didn't wish for this to happen to GE. I just, it would have been cool to see them continue doing their stuff. Just, but I guess, man, I guess moving into one, or moving on from one big miss, or no, big hits, bigger misses. So yeah, moving on from one big miss to a bigger miss. So this is pretty crazy, guys. Getting our daily dose of eBay shenanigans for the week. And this is kind of the big thing I want to talk about, or not so much big thing, but like this is like really relevant, and it really is a throwback to what we were talking about last year, and even I'm sure what's to come this year, because we are not even halfway through this year. We're not even out of Q1 yet, and already stuff like this is starting to happen. So you guys know the Mario Party 5 plush set, of course, and how ridiculously, unnecessarily rare and desired it became because of Super Mario Logan and scalpers and resellers on eBay and a bunch of other factors. There's been a meme kind of on the streams that Mario Party 5 Luigi, he's Mario Party 5 Luigi because people constantly buy up Mario Party 5 Luigis, scalp them to little kids for tons of money, and the prices on them are just insane, and they're not going down anytime soon. And we thought that that was like the peak of like the insanity for the Mario Party 5 plushes. Nothing's going to get stupider than $500 Mario Party 5 Luigi. Well, over this weekend, or I guess this week rather, something stupid did happen. Much stupider than $500 Mario Party 5 Luigi. So there was a seller. They were a Japanese seller. They had a tagged Mario Party 5 Mario. And right away, we're like, all right, some shenanigans are going to go down. Because usually when you're bidding on stuff, you don't really bid on it until the last couple days maybe, or especially the last few hours. Because that's when it really, that's when you want to make all your snipes and stuff. So this Mario Party 5 Mario plush was tagged and everything was in good condition. It had 6 days on its bidding. Within the first 2 days, it was already up to $100. And there's been issues in the past with bots and fake bids on these kinds of plushes, and also just kids being really stupid and paying ridiculous amounts for them. But we knew something was up because it was already at $100, and there were 4 days left. So we were looking at the bidding history, and there were some really questionable bidders there. People with one feedback, bidding themselves up in increments of $20, all in the course of 5 minutes. Really strange things. Of course, we're yeah, this is expected, but it's probably going to cap out at a certain point. I think I was thinking maybe around $200 it would have capped out, maybe 300 or so. Well, as the days progressed, these bids got bigger and bigger, until eventually the bid was at $1,000, and it was maybe halfway through the auction at this point, or a little less than halfway through, and we were looking at the bidders, and it was down on my note sheet for this stream. Talk about the $1,000 plus Mario Party 5 Mario plush. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just leave it at 1,000 plus because it's not going to get any higher than that. That's crazy. But okay, 1,000 is pretty close to the $500 Mario Party 5 Luigi. I think there was an $800 one that quote unquote sold last summer. So 1,000 is kind of wacky, especially for Mario, but okay. Well, I think 2 days before the auction ended, things really got out of hand. I decided to check the auction page because I'm like, wow, let's see what it's at now. Maybe it's a little more than $1,000, maybe 1,200, maybe 1,500, maybe 2,000. Probably not any more than 2,000. I'd be surprised if it was at 2,000. Well, guess what? It was at $10,000. Mario Party 5 Mario plush. And this is the small one, by the way. I didn't even specify that. This is the small one. $10,000. Now, if anything I've just said previously should make sense, obviously these were not real bids. And in fact, one of the fake bidders actually retracted their bid. They had to have been a fake bidder. They retracted their $10,000 bid after bidding themselves up in increments of like $2,000. Crazy. So it capped out at $10,100. It ended up selling, or this is what I'm going to get into, quote unquote selling, for $10,100. And it probably didn't sell, quote unquote sold, because the point I want to make, the greater point that we've talked about before, is how this didn't sell, okay? There is no way a Mario Party 5 Mario plush sold for $10,000. I don't care who you are, no one would pay that much money for a plush like that. I don't even think Gino, if Gino exists and he goes for sale on like American eBay 99 cents, if every single bidder was a legit bidder, I don't think he would even come close to $10,000. So this Mario Party 5 Mario, no. But the issue here is that people who aren't familiar with bots on eBay and familiar with Mario Party 5 sets being infamous for fake bids and fake sales, they're not going to know that when they go to the sold listings bar on eBay and see, holy crap, a Mario stuffed animal sold for $10,000? What? Because that means that all the stupid people and all the resellers and all the scalpers and stuff, they're going to get their hands on these Mario Party plushes. It almost doesn't even matter if it's just Mario, because if they know it's from the Mario set with the gold string around the neck and the blue tag, they're going to list those plushes for ridiculously high amounts. And that's going to drive up the price of like all the plushes in the set, never mind just Mario, or possibly even other Mario plushes that, are also obscure. Maybe to some extent, not necessarily $10,000 worth, but like the Mario Galaxy plush. Maybe someone who's stupid is going to say, wow, well, this Japanese Mario plush that you don't see very often sold for $10,000, I'm going to list this Mario Galaxy plush for maybe $1,000 or $500 or just something crazy, because this is what happens when things like this happen, is it trickles down the collectible market, and all these really ridiculous scenarios and really uneducated people and just straight up stupid people get into the market and it destroys it. I'm going to make a bet that, I don't know, 2 to 3 months from now, maybe, I'm going to say by summer, we're going to see a huge increase in Mario Party 5 plush prices, if not surrounding Mario Party or surrounding Mario plushes in general. It's just going to happen because people aren't going to know that that $10,000 Mario Party 5 plush didn't actually sell. And I blame eBay for that, because they really need to get little, like, this listing was paid for, this auction was paid for, little tags they can put on their sold listings so that people don't think, oh, wow, this actually sold and someone actually paid $10,000 for that. Which, if it didn't, it didn't sell, but pretend it did, I would argue that was a very, very far high outlier, and it wouldn't accurately reflect what most of them go for. You could say the same thing with like the really cheap fluke auctions. This is also an issue with the Mario Party 5 Luigi plush, because our good friends who decide to buy them and resell them for over $300, absolutely absurd, insane. Those people oftentimes, and I actually didn't really know this, I always assumed they just got new ones, which sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't, which I didn't actually realize until just this week when I saw one that had been sitting on eBay. It sold, or it was in the sold listings rather, and then the same seller relisted it, and I'm like, oh man, they got another one and they're selling it for just as much money. But in actuality, like I said earlier, there have been issues with bots buying these. So I would go out and say that the one that's sitting in the sold listings that looks exactly like the one that is being relisted probably didn't actually sell. But this raises another issue, because what I could do, what anybody could do, is list a Mario Party 5 Luigi plush for $500. I could get my friends to buy that plush for $500. Obviously, they wouldn't pay for it. We'll cancel the auction. I'll relist it for $500. They'll do the same thing. I could do that 5 or 6 or 7 times, and guess what? There were 7 $500 Mario Party 5 Luigis that say sold or best offer accepted or whatever, in the sold listings category on eBay. And that's not right, because it shows a false demand and a false, price guide that other users are going to see and use to their own benefit. And that only hurts the collectors and everyone who wants these plushes to begin with. So that was really the big, just like disgusting point in collecting this week. It was just that. And what was even worse is that the seller said, the seller of the Mario Party 5 Mario, obviously wasn't paid for. They said that they got a private offer for $1,000. Yeah, like someone's actually going to pay you $1,000 private offer for a Mario Party 5 Mario. I feel bad for this seller, because they're never going to get rid of this unless they just do like buy it now $30 or something, because no one is ever going to make serious offers or serious bids of that amount of money and then actually like go through with paying for them. So really messed up all around. And it's a real shame that this stuff has to happen within, the eBay community and, all that kind of stuff. So we're still kind of going to go off on the collectible stuff for a little bit. Well, I'm going to kind of bring my own content into this a little bit. So I guess this is kind of like an intermission. I think we are going to take a little intermission, and I guess I'm going to go plug this on Twitter. And I'm not sure if I said this at the beginning of the stream. I probably didn't. But I just want you guys to know, anybody who is maybe new watching this or whatever, or who's trying to get my attention in the comments, what I've been doing more recently, and what I'm going to do, can't type and talk at the same time. What I'm going to do now is go for one solid hour or so, just talking about the topics I want to talk about, uninterrupted. And then for the second hour of the podcast, I'm going to directly answer questions and user comments and stuff in the chat box. So if I've been ignoring your comment or whatever, that's why, is because I just wanted to go through with my stuff to start, and then I'm going to talk to the viewers. So let me just tweet this out. All right, I hope that was the correct stream link. Yeah, that was the right one. All right, let me sign out of this. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So okay, so we're in our slight intermission. So I got the plug on Twitter. I'm also going to plug my Etsy account. Again, you guys, if you guys want any sculptures, I'm just going to plug it. Like every week it's my stream, whatever. If you go to Etsy and type in champion and then pants, all one word, champion pants, that's my Etsy account. I have sculptures of like Boshi and Tails and Luigi and Yoshi and like Mario World stuff. So if you're interested in sculptures and that kind of thing, they're on my Etsy page. So you can check that out at Etsy, the website, and then champion pants, all one word. So I guess we're kind of going to, well, I guess that was a little ad for tonight. Going to kind of get back into the topics a little bit, because I want to talk about my content a little bit, go off into a different direction with it. So good news, guys. I actually finished today. I totally finished a new video, and this is a video that I'm not gonna spoil it, because well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I totally finished it. I just didn't have the chance to upload it before the stream started, so it should be on tomorrow, because I would really like to get it up, because it's been a month since the last Mystery of video. And this is actually not a Mystery of video. If you notice on my channel banner, on my YouTube channel, I updated the banner. Yeah, it's a new banner. It has some logos of like, the legit series that I'm really going to focus on. So that being these podcasts, of course, the Mystery of. I really want to bring back video game clay figure models. To all you guys that want that to like come out, the third thing, I'm like legit really eager to work on it now, because I just feel like the time is right. The time is right to get back into clay. I'm really feeling it. I have my set series, in Clay Models 3, or like Clay Models 12 number 3 is one of those videos I never got out, and Clay Models in general is one of those series I really want to start doing on my channel again. So that is coming. I want to say, even if I can get it done before March 29th, Clay Models 12 segment number 3 might premiere on March 29th, which is the anniversary of my channel and the clay model series as a whole. And then throughout the summer, I'm going to be much more consistent with it. But there's another logo on my channel banner that I haven't really made a video for in over a year. I think it's been over a year. And that's the Does It Exist series, because essentially the Mystery of series kind of replaced it. But recently I decided to bring the Does It Exist series back. And that's what this new video is about. So I'm not going to really talk about the video or anything, but it should be up tomorrow. When it's all done, I just have to upload it. But it's something that I'm really glad I made. I'm really passionate about this video. I think it's probably one of my best videos in a really long time. I would have to look at my video like list, or like the videos I have on my channel to really, you know, remember what like what videos I've done and when I did them, and which ones I enjoyed doing and stuff. But off the top of my head, I want to say it's like my favorite video since like Beavis, maybe. There might have been something like after that that I liked more, or like that I felt just as good about when compared to Beavis. But my point is, this is a really solid video. I really am glad that I made it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that when it shows up tomorrow on the channel. But this is kind of what I wanted to talk about with kind of my videos and stuff, because I had a video in the works. And if you go to my Twitter, I actually posted the thumbnail on my Twitter page. It was called The Legacy of UFO Catchers. And I didn't really know. So a little bit of insight into how I make videos is when especially recently it's been like this. I don't really know why. When I've been doing scripts, because I have like 4 scripts that are just like either all written or half written, but there's something that holds those videos back from being made, and that's the point. Because when I feel like I wrote those videos and had an idea for a video, I feel like there's not really a point to them. Like the video tomorrow, there's a point. There's a definite thing that I'm trying to like show off or prove, and I go through in the video describing the process of which I went through to, you know, get to this end result. But with these other videos, there really wasn't a point to them. And the UFO catcher video I wrote didn't have a point to it. And of course it was the legacy of, so that really didn't fit into any series because it couldn't be a mystery video. I really couldn't fit it in anywhere. And I think that's part of the reason why it was canceled, aside from the fact that it didn't have a point. But what I want to talk about now is just the topic of crane games and claw machines and UFO catchers as a whole. Because I started doing that video kind of on a whim, from just kind of like an urge just to like dive, I don't know what I was going for. Immerse, that was the word. Just to immerse myself into UFO catcher culture, because like literally it was so random. One night I'm just like, man, UFO plushes, am I right? And I went on this like UFO plush spree, just like trying to figure out, you know, all these like different sets I never knew existed, how rare some certain obscure sets were, all this really kind of random stuff. And I just wanted to make a video kind of conveying that all, but I feel like it wouldn't really have been conveyed very well because the video was kind of all over the place. It didn't really highlight anything specific. So I'm going to try, with that in mind, I'm going to try and not, in case I ever go back to the video, because some of you guys, I think, did want to see it when I posted the thing on Twitter, the thumbnail, and I said it's probably canceled. But I kind of do want to talk a little bit about UFO culture and interest and stuff. So I guess to start, I'm going to start with UFO catchers, which of course is the Japanese name for like crane games and stuff. But the real intrigue there that I have with them is all these obscure and old and rare sets that like you really don't see anymore. I know that UFO catchers are still in Japan. They still, you know, put prizes and stuff in them. But a lot of the really exclusive, awesome sets we haven't seen since like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, for example, the Sonic the Fighter set. Like, there will never be another Sonic the Fighter set. And there are some other cool, like, obscure Sega, you know, character sets. Like, there's a Space Channel 5 UFO catcher set. And, like, Space Channel 5 plushes. Like, who would have thought Space Channel 5 plushes, you know, would have ended up being, you know, a thing. But it is. And they're really cool to see and, like, really rare. And it's like, I wonder how many more of these sets are just, like, you know, really hard to find, or just like not a lot were made, so they're kind of lost in time, and all this like really weird stuff with them. It's kind of the buzzword here, culture, that I never really got to experience, and kind of a big part of the video. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to really dive too deep into it in case I do want to revive it at some point, but there was a really cool website called UFOcatcher.net, And it was really active in like the early 2000s, which is kind of, you know, when all the big UFO catcher stuff kind of happened. Because if I recall correctly, the Video Game Memorabilia Museum, that's when they were finding out about the Mario 64 plushes and the Mario RPG plushes and stuff. So naturally, UFOcatcher.net, you know, the same thing, just a little more specific. Well, the same thing in regards to like discovering and collecting all these UFO plushes. But the site itself was really cool because it was more of a community than just a for sale site. You know, it had like, you know, forums and stuff where you could talk about plushes, and you know, you could make custom plushes and sell them. And you know, you could of course buy direct UFO plushes from Japan, because actually wasn't even a Japanese website. It was a Seattle-based company, and they imported from Japan. You could like pre-order, you know, like Sonic X plushes on this site that they would import from Japan for like retail price. And it was just like crazy. And it would have been really cool to really experience that kind of collecting with all these really cool plushes, you know, with the gold head strings and like their cool looks and the awesome tags they had. Well, some sets, I should say. But, you know, all that's kind of gone now. There really isn't a UFO culture anymore. Like, I really couldn't find any kind of like community that just focused on UFO catcher plushes, because I think for the most part they're kind of dead in modern times. So I don't know, it just seemed like a really cool kind of like past world to discover and stuff. But that does kind of lead into, I guess, American crane games and stuff to some extent, because Pat Mac and Mario 64 and we were kind of talking to some extent a few days ago about like claw machines and crane games and stuff, and how like the Kelly toy plushes used to be in like crane games. You could just like go to a crane game, and there are videos on YouTube of people going to like Walmart. There's like one video of like a guy going to Walmart, like paying $1 and winning a Kelly toy Wario, like a big Kelly toy Wario, for $1 from a crane game. And that's like pretty dang cool. And of course, Kelly Toy, you know, have been doing crane game stuff for a really long time, and Toy Network did that kind of stuff. And it's really weird to think about, you know, I guess just how crane game culture is so much different in America than it is, or than it was. It even still is, yeah, I guess, you know, in Japan. Just recently, actually, speaking of more merchandise, this is like a whole merchandise thing going on. Who was it? A Toy Factory announced that they were going to be doing more Sonic plushes. So there's a Toy Factory Sonic that is already out, Classic Sonic. And the Classic Tails isn't actually out, but there's a picture of it. Maybe it'll come out sooner than later. But Toy Factory announced a modern Sonic, Shadow, modern Knuckles, modern Amy, and modern Tails, I think. So that's pretty cool that like there are still, you know, Carnival and Novelty, you know, licensed character prizes that are going to be released and that are going to be around in like crane games and stuff. But to some extent, it's not all like really super duper cool, because there's a lot of areas, especially myself included, that just don't have access to these really cool crane games and stuff like that. Like the Good Stuff Mario plushes are like, I don't know, like it seems like they're everywhere. Like a lot of people on eBay have them, like they're always places, but like in all the crane games in my area, you never see them. I've never seen Good Stuff Mario plushes, and I've gone like pretty far to like movie theaters and stuff, and like I haven't really been to any amusement areas, I guess, so to speak. But like you'd think that like movie theaters are just like, I don't know, just like the mall would have them. Like why is it that, you know, crane game companies feel the need to you know, stock their machines with like really cheap throwaway, you know, unlicensed, or not unlicensed, not like bootleg, but like, you know, like just random throwaway animals or whatever, you know, like stuff that's not associated with anything, rather than like getting Mario or Sonic stuff in crane games. Like I remember when there was a kind of, I don't remember what company it was or anything, but they were like these yellow crane games, and they kind of like formed a school bus. And one of those was in a mall. This was a few years ago. And in the machine were Pac-Man plushes. Like, I don't know who makes them. Maybe Toy Factory actually does make them. But they were like Pac-Man plushes. And I must have spent like, I don't know, $30, you know, over the course of a few months, trying to like win like ghost plushes and stuff because they had all the colored ghosts. And I won a Pac-Man like I won 2 Pac-Man the first day I saw it there, but I think they must have rigged it to get harder or whatever, because I really couldn't win a ghost, and I couldn't even win any more Pac-Man after that. But like, I kept playing because I had won that one time, and I really wanted to win a ghost regardless. So you'd think that like companies would want to do that, but they really don't. And it's probably more money maybe to like stock your stuff with licensed products, but you're going to be making much more revenue than like random unaffiliated stuffed animals that literally sit in crane games forever. I've seen the same stuffed animals sit in the same crane games in like my malls and stuff forever, and just no one plays them. So it's kind of an interesting like subculture of collecting and stuff. And of course, it's always much cooler to win stuff yourself and go online and buy it. Like, I would be down for winning a good stuff Luigi or like a good stuff Mario, rather than just going on eBay and buying one for like $10, $15 or whatever, because I'd be paying less anyway to win one from a crane game probably. But I just don't have them around in my area, so it's kind of like, what do I do? If I want them bad enough, I'll have to buy them from eBay. But so I guess that kind of does it for the topics this week. That was kind of all I really had to say. I think we're closer to 8 o'clock than we were last week, or maybe we're just at about the right time. And that kind of was all collectibles. I tried to think of some other stuff. You guys, I'm sure, might have some like Nintendo Switch stuff or other lost media things to talk about. But that was kind of what I wanted to talk about. I didn't really have anything else to write down, or I didn't write anything else down. I'm trying to think off the top of my head of other cool things to say about like whatever, but nothing's really coming to mind. I think I covered mostly everything. And I do think, like I kind of said at the beginning of the stream, we'll probably jump to the viewer comments after this. But like I said at the beginning of the stream, I am going to, while I like this format stuff, I think I am going to try and tweak it to some extent, as we progress through, just to see what works and what doesn't work. Like, I would like to implement viewer call-ins like every week. Like, that would be really cool to me. Or some other kind of like things, like, I don't know, like, I guess maybe, I'm going to say like a co-host, but like, I don't know if getting like a different co-host every week would be annoying to some people, if like it was someone different every week, or if someone would even want to like commit for like a long enough period of time on these or whatever, because then the topics would have to match up with like what, we would each want to talk about, and, what we could kind of, go back and forth about. So I don't know, hopefully you guys, I guess, probably like my opinions and voice enough to stick around for at least this hour before I go to the viewer comments. But yeah, I think there's some really cool things going to happen to this stream in the future and stuff. So that's really exciting, and I will get special guests on sooner than later, I think, because we're kind of gearing towards that. Okay, I'm probably getting these as polished as I can get them, and that I'd like to just try a viewer guest anyway to see what works and what doesn't with how, with how it's conducted and how, how the comments maybe respond to it, and all kinds of stuff like that. So, wow, this computer was on 100% when I started, and now it's on 63%. It's only been an hour. So, yeah, I think with that said, guys, I'm just going to turn it over to the comments, and we're going to ride out the rest of the night with comments. So here we go. Whoa, my dude, yo. Yo. Oh. What a way to start the comments. Yo, Paul Sereno, my bro. Yo, what is up? Oh my gosh. Dude, I never thought you were going to come to one of these streams ever. It's so funny too, because a couple of streams ago, what were we talking about? I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, Chow Gardens. We're talking about Chow Gardens. And I said directly to the stream, I'm like, yo, me and like my dude from back in the day, Phoenix3396, he's probably never going to watch this, but I'm still going to shout his name out. And like, maybe, yo, that was a few weeks ago. I didn't think you were ever going to show up at a stream, but Yo, you are here. That's pretty sick. That was really cool. Wow. Yeah, so this is what I do on Saturday nights. Yeah, kind of. I know I've explained to you before the whole like YouTube culture and kind of thing. Streams was something I started couple years ago, and it was something that I thought was a really cool way to involve viewers and stuff. And to some extent, I think it has grown my channel and stuff. I don't know when you popped in, but yo, a lot of this stuff was about collectibles because I know I collect and stuff. And throughout the past few years, I've really involved myself with the collecting community and stuff. And a lot of these cool dudes like Pat Mac and stuff, we talk about collectibles all the time. So it really fits in with kind of the YouTube thing and all that kind of stuff. So, that is sick. Oh, nice. You like my content. That is really cool. I'm glad you liked it because like it's always kind of like weird to some extent when you like Pat Mac and stuff. I'm pretty close with Pat Mac and stuff, and like we talk about content, we show each other content and give feedback and stuff. And of course, a lot of you guys who comment on my videos and support my channel and stuff, a lot of that is like that's kind of one piece of the pie. But then like when you show your content to like your IRL friends, and it's like people you've known forever, and you really want to like impress them with it. You're like, oh, like this is what I'm doing now. Like, what do you think of it? So I'm really glad that you end up liking it and stuff, and that it's I try and make it as informative and like insightful as I can. So I'm glad I impressed you, Paul. That is really cool. So that is awesome. Man, what a stream. What a good stream. This might be the best stream so far, 2017. I gotta say. The first stream was pretty good, but I think this one takes it. Finished a video today, got through the topics in a timely manner, didn't say a lot of ums and awkward pauses throughout the whole stream. We got Paul showing up. Oh yeah, you guys probably don't even know. Yeah, me and Paul go way back, like way back IRL. Like you guys don't even know. So that is like really cool. Someday, Paul, someday I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like Chugga Conroy or any of the dudes that we used to watch back in the day, and you're gonna be like, I knew LSuperSonicQ way back when he hit like one sub. You may have been I think you were the first sub to my you were the second sub to my channel, I think. Salomon's 2323 back in like 2009. He was my first sub, and then you subbed like right after him. I remember that, and we talked about it. We talked about it over like it was either DMs on YouTube or in school or whatever. Back when that was a thing. Oh man, I remember when we started doing YouTube, yo. That is so crazy. Oh my goodness, what a throwback. Man. This is like an IRL walk down memory lane, you guys. So that was really cool. All right, so someone says something about a $14,000 something. Oh, David King Boo said, what do you think of the Clockwork Orange Funko Pop that sold for $14K? It was paid. I know the guy who bought it. You know the guy who bought it. I gotta say that Funko Pop collecting is really different than like collecting plushes and stuff. Well, I still think $14,000 is like, whoa, why would you even do that? I guess given how the Clockwork Orange Funko Pop was super duper limited, like it really wasn't even supposed to be made, and like it's kind of, I don't want to say an urban legend, but it's like one of those things where it's like it's like like Pokemon cards, the pre-release Raichu that like isn't supposed to exist. It's just passed around privately from collector to collector, like an urban legend kind of thing. So to that extent, while I think the price is insane, I can understand why someone would want to pay that much for it. Whereas the Mario Party 5 plush was a mass-produced plush for like literally 10 years or something, and it's literally only gotten as high as it did because of Super Mario Logan like destroying so many of them and just little kids being so stupid to pay scalper prices for them. So I think there's a difference there. I'm probably just gonna roll down the comments now. James Fat said, when do you think Nintendo will discontinue the 3DS? I actually was going to suggest that they were going to discontinue it like when the Switch came out or shortly after, because I thought the Switch was supposed to pull in the Wii U crowd and the 3DS crowd, but I read that Nintendo wasn't going to do that. So I'm going to say maybe, when did it come out? 2011, I think. Yeah, 2011. So I'm going to say probably by 28, I would say like by 2020, definitely it's going to be dead, because 10 years for a handheld, that's like a really long time. I'm guessing this year, I think they said that some good content was coming to it. 2018 will probably see the last of the good content, and then I'm sure between the end of 2018 through 2019, it'll be like on life support, and then 2020 it'll be dead. That's what I'm gonna guess, because I do think it's still successful enough for them to bank on it, but I don't think it has that long left, because it is an old system to begin with. So that would be my best guess. Let's see. Yo, F that guy. Yeah, Paul. Paul, I will give you the first sub, because I don't think Salamis2323 is even like a person anymore. Like, there was one time where I checked, I went through all my subs, and I checked like the channels of like the earliest people that subbed to me and commented on my videos and stuff, and like literally 99% of them were like gone, just gone. So yo, I will give you the first sub. Yo, Regala with the hey, you should put Paul in the stream sometime. Oh man, Paul, that would be so awesome. We could talk about we could talk about Melee. I know some people here are like really into Melee and stuff, and Smash. Yo, Paul, yo, if you want, I will put you on as a special guest. We can work something out, because these streams are every week. So whatever week you want to be on the stream as a guest, yo, that can happen. I can make that happen. Oh, Mr. Video VGM. Paul is not really a part of the channel until he embraces Keck LSuperSonicQ. Oh yeah, Paul. I gotta say, if you're unfamiliar with Keckrock, you gotta watch you gotta watch the video of that on my channel, because Keckrock is quite a fundamental aspect of these streams. So that's a thing. All right, missing 9,000 comments, but that is totally fine. Amazing John said, I think I subscribed to your channel when you were below 500 LSuperSonicQ. Yeah, I remember you definitely subscribed to me. Okay, yeah, it was definitely like really early on. It had to be, I almost want to say it was like within the first 200. I feel like it was within the first 200. It was like, it was really early on. Yo, David King Boo with that, he answered me. Yeah, I try and answer as many comments as I can. Sometimes it does just get a little hectic with like how long I spend replying to them and like all that other kind of crazy stuff. But I slowed that. Austin Musgrove said, "Let me blow up a bootleg land, or let me blow up bootleg land." Yo, that would be. I think earlier you say, "Can you just blow up a bootleg," or did you say, "Can I blow up bootleg land" earlier? Because I was gonna say you can blow up bootlegs. I don't know. Bootleg land would be like most of the Asian continent. I don't know if that would be a good idea. Um, But you can definitely continue to destroy bootlegs. That would be fine. JTV said, hey, LSuperSonicQ, have you heard of the Lost Sonic LCD game? I'm part of the search team looking for it. Oh, is that the thing on Lost Media Wiki that's like the Sonic Adventure LCD thing? Because if so, what's exactly lost about it? I was reading through the thread, and aside from the fact that I was really surprised the whole thread like is in like a day, I wasn't exactly sure what was lost about it, because there are videos on YouTube showing the whole game, I think. So from my understanding, I don't know if it was you, but someone wanted to like rip it to the like to the internet, but like I don't think you can rip LCD games, because Pat Mac was saying you can't rip LCD games or whatever. So I've heard about it from that thread, but I don't really know anything else beyond that. Oh, Ultra Cheesy Studios. Did he answer my question? What was your question? Let me go back and find your question, or you can just repost it. That would, yeah, okay, that would be a lot easier, because I can't go back and find all this stuff. Yo, David King Boo with the I'm so happy. Yeah, no sweat. Answering questions is the way I go. Okay, so Ultra Cheesy Studio, I think mentioned something about a collectible that I must have missed. Amazing John said, LSuperSonicQ, currently today alone, you've gotten 8 subscribers and 1,421 views. The subscribers thing doesn't really surprise me because sometimes I go up high in subscribers, sometimes I don't. The views kind of surprise me. You think about 1,000 people. I guess just think about 1,000 people. And like all those 1,000 people watched my videos, which is kind of cool. I'm actually like over 600,000 views for like total channel views of all my videos combined, which is pretty close to 1 million. So that's kind of cool. But then again, I guess you think about it, like 1,421 views and 8 of those 1,421 people sub to me. You'd think the margin would be bigger, but I guess you take what you can get. Yo, I want to see what Pat Mac linked. Is that the super duper meme? Oh, okay, that wasn't the super duper meme one. But yeah, that was the crossover, the mystery of the Sonic 2 beta thing. Yeah, Pat Mac was talking about that earlier today. I think he was saying stuff earlier in the comments about doing like some kind of like mystery series. I gotta say though, I do like the mystery of on your title card, but like my name on your title card, like it's a cool crossover. David Kingboo has another question. Do you collect Funko Pops? I collect them to some extent. I kind of have my own little collection going. So I originally got the Sonic one, like the very first Sonic one that's like really rare now that I didn't get when it was rare. I just found it in the store and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then it got rare. So good on me for buying that when I did. But then the Pac-Man one came out and I'm like, oh man, Pat Mac. Yeah, no, Pac-Man. And I'm like, man, I want Pac-Man. Then the Mega Man one came out and I'm like, all right. So from that point on, I kind of made a little collection of retro game characters. So right now my collection is Sonic, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Ryu, and Cuber, and that's complete for me. Those are all the retro game characters that I'm considering part of my collection. Until they come out with like a Mario or like any other retro kind of game character, I'm going to call that complete. Of course, if they came out with like a Star Fox Funko Pop line, I get like every single one in that. They're coming out with a Sonic one, but I don't really have any interest in it unless they focus on like obscure characters like SPO or Metal Sonic, which aren't even obscure characters, but like considering merchandise, you know, that kind of thing. So as a whole, I don't collect Funko Pops, but I do have quite a few in my possession. I don't know if I missed Austin with like the "Let Me Blow Up Bootleg Land" again because I thought I answered that earlier, but maybe I didn't. Well, I'm like mad about. Oh, I guess I'm not that far behind the comments, or maybe I am. I don't know. Banjo, because okay, I'm gonna speed through to the bottom now. Also, guys, it's official. We've broken the broken the record. It's a 26 people watching. That's the new record. So nice, 26 people. Cool. Banjo-Kazooie Productions at LSuperSonicQ. I got a Gex BDNA plush. I'm pretty sure that's decently rare, and Gex is pretty cool, especially in plush form, so congratulations. Oh, wow, I'm really far back with comments. All right, I'm going to, like, jump down. All right, Austin, I don't know if you heard me say it or not. You can blow up, or no. You can't blow up bootleg land, but you can blow up bootlegs. Or you can just blow up eBay. Yo, Piggy the Gamer. Yo, mate, did you watch it? Did I watch it? Potato Knishes? I certainly did watch it. And it was really creepy. Like, I was very uncomfortable watching that. So right when it was over, I'm like, phew, it's over. I never have to watch it again. Did not like that. Ultra Cheesy Studios, this may have been the question he had to ask me. If you could eat if you could eat potato what chasps, would you eat them? No, because I don't know what that is. Huh. Yo, Jesse with the Smash Bros. I think Riallo likes Smash Bros too. When I played Melee on stream a couple weeks ago, I think Riallo was like, yo, Melee. Pat Mac. I was almost gonna say Pat Mac with the LSuperSonicQ with the saying with the before saying something someone said. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be the thing of tonight. I think like a couple weeks ago, I was like I said like yo before everything, so I guess tonight it's just gonna be the with the everything. David King boosted. What's the highest you ever paid for a collectible plush or figure? Man, I don't think I've ever been asked that question before. I've been asked like, what's the rarest thing you have, and like, what's your biggest collecting regret? But I don't think I've ever been asked what's the highest price I paid for something. Huh? I think, it was. I gotta think off the top of my head here. What have I paid? I want to say it was definitely like over $100. I feel like that happened at some point. There must be something like really, really blatant that I'm just like totally forgetting about. That was like a lot of money. I actually just redid my collection, so I'm trying to think exactly of things I reorganized and stuff. It definitely wasn't a plush. I've never paid over $100 for a plush before. It would have been a figure if. Oh, this probably isn't it. I may have paid some. No, I probably actually no. I'm gonna say it's probably this. The BDNA / Power A, whatever company that is, the Star Fox Zero, like poly resin statue that GameStop had. I paid like close to $100 for that. I pre-ordered it and everything because I really, really wanted it. And then little did I know they had so much stock that like 3 months later they were discounted for like $30. So I didn't know that at the time, but I really wanted it, so I had to pay the price for it, and it was like $100. I think that's the highest I've ever paid. I don't think I've ever paid more than that. Mario 412 said, I think I subbed to you when you were at like 590 or so. I don't remember. Yeah, that must have been like a long time ago, though. Like, a lot of you guys are like OG, like first generation LSuperSonic. Or some of you guys are first generation. I think most of you might kind of be like second generation, because like, I would say first generation would be like, I mean, that would be like the like Salaman's 2323. Oh wait, we're not. He's not a person anymore. My bad. So it would be like definitely like Paul, and I'm trying to think of like other people who like I talked to back around that time, because I know there were people who commented on my videos like all the time. Oh, like Earthbound SNES. I think he was like a first gen. Zobby and me, he was like first gen. Like those, I would say were like first gen. But the years are so blurred when you get way back to like 2009, 2010. I really don't remember, but I'm sure if I went back through my earliest comments, like GoClone 999, I think he was like first gen. John said 2014 was a pretty slow year for your channel, mate. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. There definitely were some slow years and some years that I kind of like either didn't really care about YouTube or just like didn't make good content for it and stuff. And I think 2014 was kind of that experimental year, because I remember in 2015, I'm like, yo, good content is going to be a thing now. And I think 2014 kind of got the butt of that. So, and I had like a couple of really big hiatuses too, and things like that. Soma Cruz said, I got new glasses this week. So happy to finally replace my old ones. Very nice. That's cool. Mega Mango's Draws said, what should I draw? How about Mario Party 5 Luigi or Keckrock? I think Keckrock would be a good idea. Whoa. Riala with the, you're not true OG LSSQ subber if you don't remember the CN rants. I gotta say, I almost forgot about those until you just mentioned them, but that is right. I used to do a lot of Cartoon Network rants on my channel. Some of them are like privated, so I still have them, but others I think I just straight up deleted. But I did used to do rants on like their upfront. Like an upfront is like E3 for like TV networks. I remember I did some Cartoon Network upfront rant and some like this show is canceled rants. Yo, that nice throwback. Mario 64 remembers the first time me and him met. I do too. It was over Skype about a Resaurus Sonic figure. Oh man. Mr. Video VGM, if you blow up Bootleg Land, we lose Granddad. Yo, I wouldn't care about that, really. Oh, Amazing John subbed on March 18th, 2014. Really? I thought it was like a lot sooner than that. That's kind of crazy. Riala found a lost piece of media today. they think. Ooh, gotta tell me what it is. Huh. I think I answered all these questions earlier. I hope you guys were listening so I don't have to like repeat them. Because I'm pretty sure I answered if I could eat potato, would I eat them whatever chisps? I said I think I said no. And then BK Productions, yeah, I acknowledged the Gex plush as well. JTV said, "Have I heard of the CBC show Hippo Tub? I have not heard that. I have no idea what that is." And then I'm pretty sure I said I watched Potato Knishes. Yeah, okay. I watched it and it was creepy. I might just be really far behind on the comments. That's always been like an issue with this. Yo, everything is awesome. Studios is here with the Keck Rocks. Very nice. 2008 Sentai Mario for $100,000. No, not in any world. Is that okay? The mystery of LSuperSonicQ CN rants. Hey, that's Lost Media. Let's write an article for the Lost Media Wiki on my lost videos, my lost rants. Mr. Video VGM, LSuperSonicQ doesn't care about Granddad. I don't care about Granddad. How many Keck Rocks does it take to screw in a light bulb? Blue Blur 98 said. Man. I'm trying to think of a really witty response to this. I guess just, none. Because he can't change a light bulb because he doesn't have any arms. LSuperSonicQ, you make the snow Keck Rock yet? Mr. Video VGM said. Yeah, I did. It's on my Twitter. A few days ago. I actually went outside and made a snow Keck Rock. Yeah, that's there. Yo, Mario with the, or Mario 412 with the, oh, the Tsunami rant. Dude, the CN stuff. Dude. Actually, guys, while we're talking about it, the video I have coming out tomorrow, that's all done, that I just have to upload, but I didn't have time to do it before the stream, like I said earlier. That video is actually a Cartoon Network video. It's a Cartoon Network, Lost Media, really cool, does it exist kind of video. So I hope you guys are excited for it, because I guess I brought the CN back to my channel. Although it's not really in rant form. Dude, those rants. Maybe I should just make like a playlist. LSuperSonicQ's Cartoon Network rants. I didn't know you guys liked them so much. I think they did get quite a bit of views, but like, because I'm pretty sure like the one that I ranted on the Upfront or whatever, that like the Upfront conference, I'm pretty sure that had like at least 2,000 views, but it was like so random. Pat Max said, throwback to how there was a time when in Japan UFO catchers had Knights plushes and that will never happen again. Yo, exactly. That's what I'm saying is like, we're never going to, and that's actually, okay, not to get too much into my video because in case I revive it, like I was saying, but that's what I was saying is like, we're never going to go back to a time when we get obscure plush sets like that. There will never be another Knights plush set. There will never be another Space Channel 5 set. Like there will never be another Sonic the Fighter set. This stuff is timeless and it's just getting harder and harder to find and like it's getting lost in the past. It is documented to some extent because we do have pictures of like the Sonic the Fighters plushes and like the community has, you know, those kind of stuff, but like just the culture as a whole and like the easy availability of them is getting lost. Whoa. The comments just spaz out. I hate when I like scroll down on the page and then like the comments get caught in the page and like it real bad. David Kingbu says, what's your favorite piece of merchandise, owned or not owned? It's a good question. It's another good question when it comes to merchandise. I would say my favorite piece of merchandise, I'll answer both of those. My favorite piece of merchandise that I do own, I would say, is the Joyride Studios Samus figure. Like, if you guys know what that one is, you can probably just look it up on like Google or whatever. But it's like a really big Samus figure in her Varia suit from like 2002, put out by Joyride Studios. So Joyride Studios had really good sculpts for some of their figures and stuff. And for the most part, their figures weren't like super duper like popular and accessible. So just with the lore that it has and the fact that it's just a really sweet looking figure and that it's like dated and stuff like that, back to 2002. Yeah, I really like that figure. I'd say that's probably my favorite. For not owned though, I would probably say, might be a little cliche, but probably like no, I was gonna say the Supersonic Fighters plush, but no, the Soap Shoes Sonic Adventure 2 plush. That one is probably one of my favorite pieces of merchandise that I don't own. Someday I hope to own it, but that day will not come for a very long time probably because they're so rare and expensive that even if I had the money for one, I literally would not be able to buy one. So everything is awesome studios with this. Oh, it's a dragon. I thought it was a snake. In between the Kek Rocks, I think there was a meme one time where I'm like, guys, you're really like a true like Kek Rock memester if you do like a random animal among a bunch of Kek Rocks. So there you go. Everything is awesome studios. Bring in the Kek Rock with the memes. Riala said, all right, so I didn't get it, but I nearly got it. But I'm not sure if it's actual lost media. Oh no, man. I sure know the feeling of that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Cause yeah, I'm pretty close to getting quite a few lost media things myself, but there's just one thing that like holds the whole procedure up. Piggy the Gamer has a Potato Knishes plush guy. That's pretty sketchy, I gotta say. That's, yeah. Toaster Head Tune said, notice me, Sempi. Okay, well, consider yourself noticed. Amazing John said, mystery of LSuperSonicQ 2 and sincerely me. Yo, throwback to those channels. Yeah, those are just kind of like, I think those happened like between 2014 and like 2015 when like I was still kind of figuring out exactly what I wanted to do for like my content and how focused I want to be, or how focused I wanted to be with the content. Because LSuperSonicQ 2 was going to be like a gaming related channel, but I'm like, why split the two like fan bases up? That's stupid. And then sincerely me was like the vlog stuff, but like literally right when I started the channel, I'm like, yo, I don't want to do these vlogs anymore. So yeah, then I just like, they're both gone. Mr. Video VGM, LSuperSonicQ had as many crocodiles as it takes to get arms. Oh, that's actually a good answer to the question. Super Plush Adventures said, have you ever watched a Woody Woodpecker movie? I never have watched that. Pretty sure Woody Woodpecker's like classic animation, though, like Golden Age animation. Am I correct in saying that? So might be a good watch sometime. JTV said, LSuperSonicQ, when are you going to finish your Clay Kek Rock? Probably, that's a good question. I want to say March. March is usually like the time when I feel like sculpting the most because, like I said, it was when the original video game clay figure models premiered and all that kind of stuff. So because I have such an urge to get that third segment done, hopefully Kek Rock can be worked on while I'm working on that segment so that maybe I can get it done and air it shortly after Clay Models 12 number 3 gets out. Pat Max said, oh, wait, is the video just about random Cartoon Network's online forums? No. It's not that, no. Dude, I can't believe you really haven't gotten the hint by now, because we were talking about it earlier, Pat Mac and me. We were talking about this new video that I was working, because I was like praising how great it was, just because I feel like I haven't made a video this good, like I said earlier, in a really long time. I'm really proud of this video. Like, the mystery of Mario's castle and stuff in Project Atlantis, I liked that video. I felt like it was well put together and stuff, but I was really disappointed by my oversight with the whole, what was it? Like the whole Mario's castle being some kind of like virtual boy Mario port of Mario Land or whatever, like that theory. And also, I feel like it could have been a little bit longer. So that was a video that like I made thinking it was going to be like this like super duper LSuperSonicQ like classic like Yeah Beavis and stuff. And it's a good video. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I'm glad I made it. But I think there could have been ways personally that I could have made it better. But this video, I almost just said the title. I almost like, but this blank video. I almost said the name. This video, I'm just super duper proud of. Like, it's so good. And anyway, my point is, we were talking about it earlier, and I dropped so many hints about what this video was. Yesterday, I explicitly said something I did to this video that I had taken from something else. I guess you just missed it, dude. I've been dropping a lot of hints though. You'll see tomorrow if you don't figure it out. David King Boo's excited for my new video, and it's actually pretty lengthy too. I think all the mystery videos I've done this year so far were like 5 or 6 minutes. This is a 9-minute video, close to 9 minutes, so that's a really solid time. Riala said, basically, I'm sure you're all familiar with the awful animated Titanic movie, but the original Italian version is lost, apparently. I am not familiar with that, so I have no idea. Piggy the Gamer said, thoughts on Sonic Rush? I don't have any thoughts on it because I've never played it, but I'm pretty sure I've heard it's a solid entry to the series and that more games should take its formula and kind of work with it. So, yeah. Ultra Cheesy Studios said, who thinks I should sell dongs and Kekrocks for paper crocodiles? Can you sell Kekrocks? Is that even legal? All right, I'm going to jump down a little bit with these emoticons going on. Is the 08 or I guess is the 0812 Santa Mario plush set rare? I think P the Gamer may have been saying no to that. Yeah, I don't think any Santa Mario plushes are rare, to my knowledge. Paul says, have you been practicing your Marth for when I get back? Yo, you better believe I have been. Yeah, actually, what I have been doing is doing like more tech practicing and stuff on like FD. And one of the things I've been practicing is L canceling. And I'm pretty dang good at L canceling now. Like even like in an actual match, I'm pretty good at L canceling more consistently than I have been before. The only issue though is that like now that I'm really good at L canceling, like my wave dashes are like really lackluster. And like last year, I could wave dash really well, but I couldn't L cancel. So it's like I kind of flipped my skill set. So I'll have to master both of those before you get back. Because man, I'm thinking like, oh man, here comes the Sheik. No, we got Falco now. We got a Falco main. So I gotta be ready for that. And wave dashing and L canceling. I cannot mess that up. So you better be ready. The hard tippers are coming. Even if I don't get those wave dashes and stuff, yo, the hard tippers. Remember like the last time we played, there were a couple times where I got like the cleanest tippers. I'm just like, ooh, the tipper, man. Like there are just some tippers where it just, yo, sends chills down my spine. I'm like, whoa, that could not have been a better tipper. Austin Musgrove has 2 accounts. Okay. The Massive Gaming Nerd said, it's crazy to think that I ordered a Mario Party 5 Luigi plush off of Amazon when I was 8 years old. That was 8 years ago. And I bet you paid like, what, $15 for it probably? That is crazy, but lucky you because, well, if you ever wanted to sell it, you could even if you don't sell it at scalper price, you could still make some good bank on it. But even if you didn't want to sell it, just congratulations, you have one. Mario with who was the person who disliked my final bout playthrough? Yeah, that kind of sucks. I have had videos before where like they get a dislike before they get a like, and then it's like, oh, like what? And that just like ruins like your hype. But then once the likes start coming in and stuff, and final bout, like so like maybe there'll be more of an interest in people clicking on the video because I think you said that like, well, I know it hasn't been ripped. But I think you also said there was like no gameplay of it on YouTube, so I think you were the first one with it. So Riala got Sonic Unleashed today. It's been so long. I've never played Sonic Unleashed. I was supposed to, but I never did. Like I don't remember when I was supposed to. It may have been a couple of years ago. I saw it in GameStop for like cheap, and I'm like, man, let's like buy it and play it. Because I think you can use a GameCube controller with it too, which is something that I really like doing when I play games, is using the GameCube controller. But I had like just finished watching a playthrough of it, like a Let's Play of it, so I'm like, I can't really play this game I just watched a playthrough of. Like, that'd be kind of stupid, so I never bought it. Soma Cruz said someone uploaded the music from Keckrock, no lie. Yeah, there were a couple people who were doing that. One of them was Knuckles Fan Videos, and he was here last week, I think. And I mentioned that to him. It's pretty cool that people kind of doing their own stuff with Keckrock to spread the meme. So Everything is Awesome Studios, $142 GE Sonic X Tails. And then the Pat Mac. The Pat Mac. I don't know. I think I was trying to do like a yo, and then like Pat Mac with the sick fly $7 eBay bid, which is true, that happened. $7 GEX Tails. Guys, GEX Tails is not worth $142. Just saying. David King Booth said, I really want to create clay models. Oh, I kind of inspired him. Well, thanks. What's the best clay and the best clay tools to use? The best clay, without a doubt, is Sculpey brand. I've always used Sculpey from the very beginning. So I definitely recommend Sculpey brand. There's a couple different Sculpey brands you can use. If you want pre-colored clay, like clay that's already colored that you don't have to paint or anything, it's called Sculpey 3. If you want white clay that you have to paint, it's called like Original Sculpey, I think. And the best clay tools to use, I bought a set. I don't know the brand, but it's a metal set. It kind of has like wooden handles, and then like the actual tool parts are metal. You want to get something like that. I'm sure any set like that would do you good. Don't get plastic ones because the clay sticks to them, and the plastic ones will get brittle over time and break. So you definitely want metal tools and Sculpey 3 or Sculpey Original Clay. If you want more information on that kind of stuff, there's a video on my channel. I forget. Oh, it's under like the clay tutorial. I think there's a playlist I have. It's called like how to sculpt in tutorials or something. And there's a playlist in that playlist. There's like a playlist in that group of playlists called like generic demos and tutorials or something. And there's a video called like, what's it called? Like recommendations for art supplies or recommendations for clay supplies. If you search recommendation on my channel in the search bar, I think you should be able to find the video. But I cover like paints, I cover glue, I cover like all kinds of other things. But that should start you off if you wanted a simple answer. The Massive Gaming Nerds, I still have the plush, but having it since they were very little, it's in super beat up condition. Oh, that's expected. At least it was, I guess, like well loved and used in the right way, instead of just making videos where you throw it outside and chop its head off and throw it in the ocean and put it in a toaster and drop it in acid and all that kind of stuff. Everything is Awesome Studios with these snowman, is it wind and then a wave? Whoa. And then the electricity. Whoa. Whoa, Mega Mango's draw is finished at Keckrock. Awesome. I'll check that out on Twitter later. And I'll retweet it too. Gotta spread the Keckrock. LSuperSonicQ, cool pick right here. Let's see what it is. Whoa, that is a very cool pick. I have that KK plush, but I don't have the Villager keychain, so dang. I'm glad I don't like that too much, the keychain set, because I'd never be able to find it. Piggy the Gamer said, my main is Ness. Ness is pretty cheap in Smash 4. in Smash 4. In Melee, I think I said this a while ago, at Shine, there was like the Smash tournament. Last year at Shine, there was this Ness player, and he just destroyed this Fox and Samus and like Ice Climbers who were like all really good, and they were like just destroying like all these other opponents. And then this Ness guy came through and just destroyed those three, and it was really cool to see. Hey, Samster619 is here. What's up, Samster? Glad you'd stop by. Did I get it? I'll check later, Mega Mangoes. I don't really like opening Twitter while I do these streams. Oh, Ultra Cheesy Studios said, is my profile picture Keckrock's son? If Weeping Bell on the Snorlax's body is Keckrock's son. Oh, is that... Oh, whoa. I don't think Keckrock has a son. Someone check the canon on that for me, because I don't think he has a son in the canon. Also, Ultra Cheesy Studios said his main, or I guess their main, is Marth. I approve. Yo, Marth, there you go. Mr. Video VGM. Dude, my main is Robbie Rotten. Everything is Awesome Studios is going to... I'm going to a Switch Midnight launch without a pre-order. Yo. Nice. Well, good luck if you can like get them at that event, because that would be really sick. Because, yeah, you were saying you pre-ordered the Zelda, but you don't have a Switch, so dang. Amazing Johnson, where should I put my 20-inch Mario and Link? They're out of the box. You should put them at opposite ends of like whatever your big collecting like area is. That'd be really cool, like end pieces on like your shelf or whatever. That'd be cool. Can I do a video about, or yeah, I'm assuming you mean me toaster heads or toaster head tunes. Can you do a video about Sega World plush? I was saying, oh, you mean me, because it actually seems like something that Pat Mac would be more inclined to do than me, because I don't think there's really a mystery or any kind of like showcase or any series I could fit just like a viewing of the Sega World plushes into. But I don't know. I guess anything's possible. Oh, and then they said their main is Sonic. Nice. Sonic is like a really hard opponent to fight. Like really hard. So David King Boo said when you or the mess reading up that comment. When do you draw the line between a flipper and someone selling a rare item for what people are paying for said item? I would say it depends on how long the item has been going for that price. Now, what I mean by that is, for example, or actually, I guess a flipper in the straight up sense would be someone who goes out and who goes out and purposely looks for cheap plushes to intentionally flip them for a profit. I guess that would be a straight up flipper. A reseller, I guess, or more along the lines of what I know you're trying to say is, like, for example, the Joyride Studios figures, as I mentioned earlier, those figures have been out of production since 2000, or depending on the character. Okay, Joyride Studios has been out of manufacture, out of business since like 2005, 2006. So the market on them has had, like 6, 7, 8 years? Okay, I guess 7 years what did I say, 2006? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, whoa, that's like 6, 7, 8 years to really figure out the market value on them. And prices naturally rose on specific characters, like the Mario Sunshine figure that was like a really late release, not many were made, goes for closer to like the $150, $200 mark from what I've seen. The Link ones that came out, around like the middle of production, are about 100 to like 150 or so. The prototype gray painted exclusive figures are like 200 plus. So that kind of stuff is reasonable because the market has already made a defined value of that and the price increased naturally. The difference between the Mario Party 5 plushes and the Joyride Studios figures is that the Mario Party 5 plushes rose in price for no reason. Last summer, there was an Italian seller who is a reseller, by the way. We used to think he wasn't, but he is. He had a Mario Party 5 Luigi plush that he, for no reason, listed at buy it now. Or no, it wasn't buy it now 300. It was bidding, and it got up to $300. And ever since that, all these people are like, whoa, Mario Party 5 Luigi can sell for $300? Oh, man, I'm going to list mine for $200 or $250 or $300 or $350 or $400. And the price shot up because one eBay auction just happened to get to $300. The difference between those, just to kind of summarize if anyone got lost, I kind of said it weird, is that the Joyride figure, I could have concise this whole thing in one simple sentence. The Joyride Studios figures value rose naturally over time, whereas the Mario Party 5 plushes just shot up in value for literally no reason in only a matter of months, because just the couple people that had them that wanted to sell them decided, hey, let's put really high values on them. That's what I think anyway. Riella, hey, LSuperSonic. Yeah, Riella said, hey, LSuperSonicQ. I sent you a drawing on Twitter. Nice. I'll check it out. I might check the drawings out before I end the stream, though, so we can get my reaction. But just I'll do it towards the end of the stream because I don't want to lag it up right now, and I'm afraid if I open Twitter, it's gonna lag. Uh, um, hmm. Mega Mango's draw said their main is Link. Link is a pretty good character, especially in like the newer games and stuff. In Melee, he's not as good, but I enjoy watching the occasional young Link show off, usually from like Axe. Axe is like a Pikachu main, but I think he has like a pocket young Link that he plays sometimes, and it's pretty cool to see. Jesse Renfro said, I haven't played with clay yet, but I work with watercolor paints. Watercolor paints are pretty cool. I actually like that medium a lot. You can get a lot of really cool colors and really soft like imaging with watercolor paint, especially on watercolor paper. So that's pretty cool. I like that medium. The mystery of why Pat Mac isn't named James. Do it now, SuperSonicQ. What? Sonic Gamer said, hey, am I late? Yeah, you're late, but we're still gonna go for about 20 more minutes, so that's not bad. Yo, Knuckles fan videos is here. What's up, dude? Everything is awesome. Studio said, imagine a UFO Sonic 2017 set. I don't know if Pat Mac was with me on the stream when we talked about this. He may have been the one that mentioned it. But he said, like, what if for Sonic Mania, Sega decided to make like a Sonic Mania set of, you know, like Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, maybe Eggman in like an old school UFO style fashion. That would be such a cool like promo item kind of thing. Like that would just be so nice to see in 2017. But obviously that would never happen, and I don't even think they're really. I don't think are like not even just with video game stuff, but in general, are companies even doing UFO styled plushes anymore? Like the early 2000s and late 90s. Like I don't even know if that's really happening anymore with plushes. But that would be really cool. I just one of those things we're never going to get. Mr. Video VGM said, Hail SuperSonicQ. I think Sonic Toast's review on the NECA TMNT figures is actually a review on bootleg. I think NECA only officially released the headbands as red and not colored as seen in the video. I think you're right, but I thought I had mentioned that like last week or someone brought it up at some point and I made a comment about that. And then someone was like, oh no, those are just like the blah, blah, blah set. So maybe they did re-release them or something. It sounds vaguely familiar though. Amazing Johnson, El Supersonic Q. What should my next video be? I'm actually still waiting on that Popco stuff to come out. You never did the Popco video. I wanted to see the Popco stuff. Oh, you're giving me options. In-depth, episode 1, part 3, video game clay models 3, a remake of my first video ever, or Nintendo Collection 4. I gotta say, video game clay models 3. You had some really nice models the last time I had seen them, which I think was last year. So if you do like really nice glamour shots of them and like make the actual video, that's what I would like to see. But I still would like to see the Popco video too. Riala, 2 minutes until 2 a.m. Oh yeah, that's right. You live in like the UK, so the time is like different. Oh yeah, you guys talking about the Blinks plush. That's a really cool plush. I've searched for that a couple times, but come up totally empty-handed. Ultra Cheesy Studio said, what color Yoshi should I be? I'm going to say yellow because your channel icon, um, Weeping Bell, has a yellow face, so I'm going to say yellow. Blue Blur 98 said, I have worked with clay before. I made some figures. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I remember back in the day, I used to get a lot of like people showing me stuff that they made. I even used to get some like video responses. Remember when video responses were a thing on YouTube? People would send me video responses, and I used to put them with the video game clay figure model, like my video game clay figure model videos. So that was really cool. Oh, what? There's a Blinks plush on eBay right now? Did I know that? I don't know if I knew that. Huh. Oh, and Ultra Cheesy Studios did not unlock yellow yet. Dang. Everything is Awesome Studios said, hey, imagine Sonic Lego sets. I think that was something that we brought up at one point as well, like a couple weeks ago or something. That would be really cool because it's something I always wanted, but I honestly probably wouldn't get any because I really am not a huge fan of Legos anymore, and I wouldn't have any room to really display them, and I really wouldn't want to spend the time building them. So yeah, I guess it's kind of a missed opportunity. Like if they made Zelda Legos, like I've always wanted Zelda Legos, but like even if they made them now, okay, maybe Zelda Legos I'd buy, but Sonic ones just seem a lot less interesting to me. David King boosted, what's your least favorite plush in your collection? If I had to pick one just to answer the question, I'd say the GE Supersonic, just because I don't like GE plushes. But I mean, I bought it because I liked it enough to buy it. So I don't really have like, oh man, that's such a bad plush. I wish I didn't have that one. Yeah, I'd probably have to say that. John said, what recording and editing software do I use? I use iMovie. I record on iMovie and I edit on iMovie. That's what I use. Mario said, I'm doing some clay stuff. What should I sculpt? I know you've made Keck Rock, I'm pretty sure. I know you made like Mario Party 5 Luigi before, I think. Man, we got to give you a good like meme to make. Trying to think of trying to think of a meme. Nothing is coming to mind right now. It's like a really yeah. It's like Mario Party 5 Luigi. I already made a Mario Party 5 Luigi. I mean, you could do like Toy Site Luigi and then Kelly Toy Luigi and make the trilogy of the Luigi gods. That would be pretty cool. All right, Paul is peacing out. I will be checking my inbox. Thanks for stopping by, dude. I really appreciate that. That was super unexpected, but that was awesome that you stopped by. Jesse Renfro has a DeviantArt where they show off their artwork. That's pretty cool. A lot of people have actually told me to get DeviantArt, and I don't have one just because I feel like it would be another outlet that like I don't need to use, and that it wouldn't really help in getting me any more like attention or popularity. So I just never felt the need to get one just ever. But it's pretty cool that you have one. Oh, Blue Blur 98 joined in 2013, so they never experienced video responses. Oh, dang. Video responses were kind of cool. It was just kind of cool to like click on a video and then see other people's videos like directly connected underneath it. I know that like this like the sidebar kind of does the same thing, and it probably did the same thing back then. But I just thought it was like really cool to like, really, I guess, directly, put someone else's video with yours that they liked your video enough where they decided to, put it with yours. I guess. Austin killed Granddad. Nice. Good job. Banjo-Kazooie Productions at LSuperSonicQ. I got opposable toy set Mario and Luigi. Aren't those rare? Because that's pretty cool if you did. So props. Sonic Gamer said, Zelda Legos happened? Well, sort of an Ocarina of Time Hyrule Castle building set. Yeah, I think that was some weird like German set or something. That wasn't really Legos. I know what you're talking about. But I meant like real Legos. Everything is Awesome Studios said they'd buy Sonic Lego sets because they're a Lego maniac. So I take it your house is like full of Legos, and which is just, I used to have a lot of Star Wars Legos, and they used to be all over my table and stuff. But like, I just had to pack them away because I just didn't have room for them after a while. So props if you like have whole Lego displays and stuff, because like they're really cool. They're definitely cool. One of my favorite sets that I had was an X-wing from Star Wars, and like you could open the wings and like Luke went in the cockpit, and like R2, there was a spot for him and stuff. And the characters were really cool. Maybe that's something I would actually consider getting, is the little characters, but like building whole sets I probably wouldn't really want to do or enjoy. Piggy the Gamer with Little Mac, all in caps. Austin Musgrove again says, I killed Granddad. I've commented on that like 10 times. Oh, nice. Is Mario 412 actually going to make the other two Luigi gods? Because that would be sick. David King Boo said, which franchise has the best merchandise? Oh, man. I want to say... That's so hard because I collect so many different things. It's really hard to like pick a favorite. I want to say like Sonic. Mario has some cool stuff, but like I think Sonic merchandise is more interesting. And I wouldn't go as far to get into the obscurity of like, well, Animal Crossing stuff because way back in the day, blah, blah, blah. And like Zelda stuff because like this really obscure item, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to say, generally speaking, Sonic, because there's a lot of really cool Sonic stuff that's out there. Especially when you think about obscure things, like I'm just thinking of like Sonic the Fighters plushes and Sonic Adventure plushes and like Soap Shoe Sonic plush. But there are also like Sonic Adventure watches that are like non-existent now that I could have ordered, but I didn't back in the day. I don't think really Mario has that kind of stuff going on for it. Ed Netty Fan 97 said, I love your videos. I think the Mallow RPG plush might be a prototype. Huh. I feel like we had this conversation last week, but thanks for liking my videos. Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, I guess. But at the same time, that's one heck of a thing to have like gotten out of, you know, who made those, I think? Takara Tomy, did they make them? Or just regular Tomy? That'd be one heck of a thing to leak out of Tomy's, you know, HQ from back in the 90s. You know, and get passed around all these years. But honestly, we've only seen 2, and they may have been the same ones. So, honestly, at this point, it could be. It really could be. I tend to think not, but it could be. Oh, Soma Cruz has a DeviantArt. A lot of people have DeviantArt. Riella said, oh yeah, a few nights ago, I dreamt I had the Super Mario RPG Mallow plush sitting on my shelf. And then you woke up and you're like, no! Because dang, that would suck. I've had dreams of like merchandise I had in the dream that I woke up and I'm like, dang it, I don't actually have it. David King boosted, for me, it's FNAF or Mario. FNAF has some pretty good looking plushes and some really cool figures, I must say. Mario, though, I don't know. Mario versus Sonic, I really think it ends up being Sonic. The Massive Gaming Nerd said, something I've always wanted is some more Punch-Out merchandise, but I guess it'd be weird to sell toys of shirtless, beefy men to children. I guess it's actually true. I never thought of it that way. I've always wanted more Little Mac figures, though. I think that's something that Jack Pacific needs to get on. But for the most part, I never even liked a lot of the Punch-Out characters to begin with. So, like, a lack of those figures wouldn't bother me. Like, literally, this is what I envision a Punch-Out figure line to look like. Little Mac, wireframe Little Mac, pink hoodie Little Mac, and Doc Lewis. That's literally what the line looks for me. Amazing Jonathan, LSuperSonicQ, this is your 399th video. Oh, really? Well, nice. I guess tomorrow, with the nice, secret, cool Lost Media video, it will be the 400th.
I know what video it is.
Whoa.
I can leak it.
LSuperSonicQ knows what video it is, but I know she's not going to leak it because it's keeping everybody, even Pat Mac, who should know the video, in suspense. I think, yeah, I'm going to throw this out there because I'm probably not going to, like, mention it ever again. I think I spent, like, 6.5 hours editing it today, and that doesn't include the hour or so last night, plus script time. Altogether, it probably took me between 10 and 12 hours. So we'll say 11. I'd say it took me around 11 hours to make from start to finish.
Half of your day.
Yeah, not even including the research I put in beforehand. That was like, I want to say 18 hours. So this video was like a day's worth of time. Everything is Awesome Studios will be listening, but playing Smash. Very good choice of game, I must say. Mason Johnson, what will the special 400th one be? We have to see tomorrow. Oh man. All right, so we're gonna go for another 6 or so minutes. And then I think we're going to call the stream there. And before I go, I'll look at the Twitter stuff. So we'll go for 6 more minutes, according to my clock. JTV said, any new info on A Day with SpongeBob, LSuperSonicQ? Nope, no new info on that because it's oh, I guess you just mean, or I don't know exactly who knows what with A Day with SpongeBob. So just for anyone who doesn't know, yeah, I think it was in a few months, a year ago, A Day with SpongeBob was kind of wrapped up. We got all the answers we needed, and it was never made. And the guy behind it just never produced it. Since then, he's said that he was going to put up a Kickstarter and try and get it made. So if that's what you mean by news, there's been nothing on that front, and I don't think there ever will be. I don't think A Day with SpongeBob is ever going to exist. So I think just as it is, that's it. It's over with. It was a really fun search. That's right. I'm supposed to do in A Day with SpongeBob reminiscing search stream thing with some of my Lost Media friends. That'll be probably closer to summer, though. I'm thinking that's like a June thing. That'll be really cool to do. I got to make a list of all the people I want to invite to these streams. Samster619, who I think said would be right back, so he might not even be here, said, could you do the mystery of canceled Jazzwares figures? Or maybe you're talking about Pat Mac. I feel like you talked about Pat Mac. You're talking about, or maybe you weren't talking about Pat Mac, but I think Pat Mac was going to do a video on like canceled Jazzwares stuff. And I guess to some extent, my mystery of prototypes video kind of encompasses all companies like lost prototypes and canceled figures and stuff. I don't really see myself doing specific videos on like specific canceled figures. Like someone said something about like BDNA last week, or like Toy Site, but I don't know how I really do a video on canceled Toy Site stuff. And actually, the mystery of prototypes happened because of the Toy Site stuff, and that's why I made such a big point of it in the actual video. Because like I don't know how I would do a separate video talking about like a King Balmain plush that just didn't come out. Like it just Toy Site went under, and they just never had time to release their other things. So Austin just got a Twitter. Nice. Kakarot has the best merchandise. Peak of the Gamer said nice. Blue Blur 98 said, who here remembers the website Sonic Style? Used to visit it all the time. I remember Sonic Central. I don't remember a Sonic Style. So that's weird. Ed and Eddie Fan 97 said, I remember those bootleg Sonic the Fighter plushes from Thailand. Oh, please do not remind me of those. I hate those so much. There's some on eBay right now for like ridiculous prices. People used to think those were official, and I did too, until it was discovered that like they were all fake. So yeah. Oh, Piggy the Gamer says those were official. No, they definitely weren't official. They're fake. There's no way they're official. I think the tag even has like the date wrong on them. David King boosted, what's your favorite amiibo? And are my questions annoying you? No, you're asking pretty good questions about collectibles. And considering we didn't really get too many collectible based questions like this, it's good. And I always like having, consistent comments to talk about, which you guys have been doing a really good job of tonight. This is like a really smooth stream. So I would say my favorite amiibo has to be the Marth one, like the Smash Bros. Marth one. Just back when I got it, whatever, like it was the one amiibo I had to get that day, and I ended up getting it on launch day. And just first Marth physical item like ever. Cannot read it as a small stupid Gashapon figure that doesn't even have a face. It's just like a little a little representation of his like build, but it's not detailed or anything. From way a long time ago from Japan for like whatever game he debuted in. So I would say the Marth amiibo is my favorite. Riella said Animal Crossing merchandise is heartbreaking to me since I've always played Animal Crossing since I was 5 and now all the stuff is gone. Yeah, Animal Crossing merchandise is really hard to get, especially the older stuff. I'm really glad I got into it when I did. Like late 2000s before New Leaf. Yeah, late 2000. It was after City Folk but before New Leaf. That was like the prime time to get into it. Because it wasn't popular to the point where everyone was buying it and you could get a lot of stuff for cheap. Like when I see those little Animal Crossing like figures on eBay, I'm sure you've seen them. They're little minifigures are packaged with like trees in the background. They have like a little F and then a number at the top of them. They're from Takara. When I started buying those, they were literally no more than $5 each. So to this day, I refuse to pay more than $5 for them. But you see them for like $20 or $25 or $30 on eBay, and it's like, no, they're not worth that much. They're worth like $5. They're still worth like $5. So I have a lot of those, and I have almost a whole plush set of the original set, which is something I really want to finish collecting. I'm so lucky I bought most of those plushes at the time when I did. I'm still missing 2 male villagers, but I have most of the set. So yeah, I feel your pain there. LSuperSonicQ randomly appears. Someone was saying, yeah. And then she just left for some reason. Oh, I did an Eddie fan saw the 10K Mario plush a few days ago. Yeah, that's some crazy shenanigans. David Kimbu is joining the next stream for sure. Awesome. Glad I have another recurring viewer. That's really cool. Thanks. I appreciate that. Anyone waiting for the Tetris plush line? Lol. Yo, okay, honestly, like one Tetris plush would be fine with me. I think they do make Tetris plushes, right? Best amiibo is Ness. Gotta disagree with you, Mr. Video VGM. And then Ultra Cheesy Studio said I have a tagged Isabelle plush. It's pretty cool. An Isabelle plush would be... Well, an Isabelle plush would be nice to have, but I prefer the older characters a lot more. What do you think about the Mario hangers, James Fat said? What were those? Mario hangers. I don't remember what those were. Mario hangers. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what that is. And JTV is making a documentary on the search for Dave with SpongeBob. There were always jokes way back when we were searching. Like, oh, someone's gonna make a documentary about the search for the documentary. So, all right, what I'm gonna do is check. Well, type Twitter in wrong. I'm gonna check Twitter for the fan art you guys sent me of Keckrock, and then I think I'm gonna call it a night because we've hit the time, and I'd like to at least for can't type and talk at the same time. I'd like to for at least the next few weeks, kind of like I said, kind of really get not strict on the time, but like I really want to like boom. So we've hit the time, and my computer's pretty close to dying anyway. Wow, 8 comments, crazy. I mean, 8 notifications. Let's check. Quite a few things to look at here. I hope the stream isn't breaking up too bad. Mario 412 sent me a, so I guess it'll be a live reaction, a work in progress, because you guys can't really see the picture. So Mario 412, work in progress. Whoa, whoa, Kelly Toy Luigi. That's pretty cool. You got like the build of the face and that slash head, and then like the sideburns down really well. So that's really cool. I can't wait to see that set when it's like completed. Banjo Kazooie Production said, "Is this rare?" And it's the KK Slider Tomy Wild World plush. In the box, it's pretty uncommon. I wouldn't go as far to say it's rare, but in the box, I would say it's pretty uncommon. So yeah. Whoa, dude, we got the nice fan art. I'm enjoying the stream. Pretty cool stuff. Hope you like this, dude, from Riala. That is so yo. All right, I gotta look. Okay, so that's me. I'm looking really swag, and we got thumbnails of the Starfy video, the 25th anniversary Sonic tribute thing, Kekrok, the Sonic 06 mystery trailer thing, the Animal Crossing Days thing, Yeah Beavis. The only two I can't make out exactly are the bottom two. It looks like Sonic next to like a house, and then like the really dark one with like a ship. It looks like a ship. But like, okay, that's probably just me like not remembering my own videos. And then like it says LSuperSonicQ, and then like the SA2 little swirl going on. That is so sick, yo. That is getting a retweet after the stream. That is amazing. Yo, we got the Keckest of Crocs, Mega Mangoes with the Kekrok. And this one has arms, so he can actually screw in light bulbs now. That's such a cool callback to tonight. That is so awesome. That's going to retweet too, and a favorite. And Riala is getting a favorite too. Or, yeah, Riala. That's awesome. And then the other notifications are just likes and stuff. That is really cool. I really appreciate when you guys draw stuff for me. Like, that's really cool to see, like, getting like artwork of Kekrok to like perpetuate the meme, and then getting fan art of like myself. Like that is crazy cool. So that's like really awesome that you guys did that. So I'll retweet those out so you guys can see them on my Twitter. But I think with that said, I'm gonna call it a day. Porker Mearns just showed up, but a little late. And Next Sorter's, I think, yeah, Next Sorter's been here the whole time. I saw Next Sorter comments way a long time ago. But I think with that said, I'm gonna call it tonight because we're at 9:05. So thanks for stopping by, you guys. Oh, check my DMs again, Mario 412. Yeah, I saw the Kelly Toy Luigi. Is there something new? I'll have to check that after the stream though, because I wanna pack it up. So thanks, guys. Again, I really appreciate it. This was a really good stream. I'm really happy with how it went, and of course there'll be another stream next week, same day, same time, and it'll probably be the same format. Or I mean, like, you know, the same kind of like hour and hour, split it up. If I can kind of figure out how to input a viewer call-ins in a timely manner, you know, that could fit into like the second hour of the stream or something. I'll figure that out. Not exactly sure if we're gonna have guests or anything, because I'm thinking like the Lost Media guy, that big Lost Media guy, that stuff has to happen, and you know, some other stuff that I have on the table. So I'll figure it out. But for the time being, like I said, thanks for watching as always. I'm LSuperSonicQ. New video tomorrow at some point. So as always, until the next video, Finn.